Hi guys, Spink here. This is episode 20 of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. Last episode was a bit of a mess, had a lot of interruptions and noise and just general whatever, but it's much quieter now. It's nighttime and everybody's calmed down a bit. So, we'll get on with doing this repair mission. I did something with the mods. I basically uninstalled all the mods and reinstalled them using the CKAN utility that is more custom for the game. The mod enabler I've been using is a generic one, the JonesSoft generic mod enabler. I use this for all of my games, and I'm still using it for these three mods because they're not supported by CKAN. But in addition to doing that, I've also added some new mods. Some of these are all the same. Chatter. These are utilities and stuff that were used in other mods but weren't actually shown before. Coherent Contracts is supposed to make the verbiage on the contracts a little more readable. Contract window showed you that one. CrewFiles, that's a new one that one of these new mods uses. Crowdsourced science. This changes the science messages to be something a little more humorous, probably. This is the biggie. It's called DangIt. It adds random failures to your components. So, you know, if me screwing things up wasn't enough, now we're going to add random component failures. So that should be fun and make for all kinds of interesting situations. These are the same, had those before. I've added advanced Navball. Entropy is an add-on for DangIt that makes it harder. And then there's an extension for real Chute. So Final Frontier, Fusebox, construction time, memory usage. This is just something that's going to allows me to see the memory and CPU usage at some point. Remote Tech Save. This is a save game manager. Lets me back up save games so I can maybe not lose so much stuff. Stage recovery. This was recommended by the construction time mod so that we can, if we equip our stages with parachutes, we can potentially recover those. So stock bug fix, texture replacer, toolbar, tweak scale. Okay, these are all what we had before. So without further ado, as they say, let's see if we can go find repair. Oh, he's directly above us right now. Repair. That should be pretty awesome as far as an intercept goes. I think. I'm not really sure it's gonna. Well, not that I'm gonna be able to do it anyway, but okay. So we have the the mission rocket is all prepped and ready to go. I'm calling it the repair van. Oh wait, repair van 1. All right. We're going to bring Jeb with us because he's the one that knows how to fly. Now these random component failures, I'm not entirely sure much about this mod. Exactly what breaks down, how often, what you need to do about it, etc. So it's going to be kind of a surprise. Here I've put a parachute on each of these stages here so that they'll be recovered. And you can use this stage recovery in the build menu so that you can watch how it all happens, and it'll tell you if it's sufficient or not. So, and also I learned something else. You know, I was trying to get those repair canisters situated in such a way that the atmosphere wouldn't blast them off, and then I discovered that this DangIt mod actually, or I think it's that, I don't know which mod necessarily it is, actually adds spare parts to the capsule. So we've actually got some spare parts. So presumably these spare parts are also used in some of these failures that are produced. And I set up my Kerbal engineer things real swell with different data on them and made the text a little bigger and figured out how to move them so it's not overlapping that. So everything's getting just groovy here. All right, we need to do a orbital rendezvous and an EVA. That's the plan. Let's see, that can come down here. And let's set that right there. That's where you live. Well, you know what? How about right there? That looks nice. Jeb, you think so? Jeb, why are you concerned? Jeb. I don't know about Jeb. I haven't killed him yet. Should appreciate that. Coming up through the clouds very nicely. You know, since I put fins on these rockets, I found that I flipped them over. I haven't actually flipped one over since I put fins on the rockets, so that might have something to do with why, in real life, fins, rockets have fins. So, just a thought in that. Oh, there's the sun. All right. Now, also, let's see, we are over water. All this stuff here is information that's available through Kerbal Engineer. And I've just looked to see what looked like it might be useful and put it in there. Just kind of got it all separated out. Here's the engine stuff, here's the orbit stuff, and here's the more the ground type of stuff. And that'll actually let you make custom ones of these too. I haven't figured out necessarily what to do with them. Maybe I can make another one and stick it right under there. Alright, there goes those. Now they have parachutes on them, and they're not actually going to fire or deploy, but this stage recovery will take that into account while it's in determining whether or not these stages have been recovered or not. Let's bring this way down here. I guess we don't want to get too far ahead of our node here because that's inefficient. But a shallower ascent is supposed to be more efficient, so that's what we have. We have way more rocket than we need here. I should have put this, well, I guess it doesn't matter. And there we go at 100,000. And let's see what that nice shallow ascent does for us. Makes our apoapsis is way out there. We got plenty of time to do our circularization. Well, you know what? I don't even know if I need a circularization burn at this point. What if we just kept going? Well, we probably ought to make a orbit. I was thinking trying to finesse it a bit, but that would be silly. We need to get this thing stable. It doesn't have to be exact. Leave it alone. Doesn't have to be exact. Quit thinking. Okay, we don't really need to do the alarm because we're within a minute already, so I'll close that. Now the Navball thing, what it does, it provides a little ghost image of the node on the sides to help you find stuff, and it also lets you change the size of it. So, which is kind of handy when you're old and can't see. You need to have great big text. Okay, so we're coming close here. We've got plenty of fuel, I think, in this stage. Yes, we've got. Oh, I didn't need to look. I could just look here. We have 100. We have 1,200 delta V here, and this is going to be a 600 delta V burn. That's why we put these up here, so we can look at them and not have to bounce through screens. All right. Where's our guy we're after here? Right there. We'll have a nice orbit here that we can use to do our intercept. When I was practicing in the testing this stuff out in the simulator mode, to make sure I had stuff done, I'm so used to using the flight computer for the unmanned things. I would just kick it off and just sit there and forget to turn the engine back off after it got done, and I was surprised. They're like, "Why isn't he stopping?" And of course it's because I'm an idiot. But okay, so we've got him set as the target. Let's bring this out. You know what we can do? First thing we can do is we can equalize our. We are in a 0 eccentricity, and it is not. It's like a -3, so we can. Is that right? What am I doing? I can't see. I'm too far away. We need to make this number 0 is essentially what we're doing. Right? Is that what we're doing? And I think that means that we match the inclination, not the eccentricity. The inclination of the other orbit. Let's see it. 0.05 minus 0.03. -0.02. Whoops. Now what have I done? There, close enough. All right. So, what position here? We've got a 4-second burn, so whoop, going too far. Okay, so let's do this burn here, and this will get us in the proper inclination. I believe that makes the intercept easier when you're in the same inclination, I guess, presumably, because you've got more chances along your orbit where you can intersect. If the inclination is off, you're just going to have 2 points of contact. So let's see, how far off are we now? -0.01, not too shabby. Okay, now let's see if we can catch this guy. What if we brought our orbit out? Probably not here. Now we're going way faster than this guy, since our orbit is in. Oh, intersect 1. But what's this separation? 2,000 kilometers. Target position. Oh, yeah, so he's going to be all the way up here by the time we get over there. So that's not right. So let's just drag this around until these guys line up. What is that? Alright, you know what? Let's just quit being an idiot. And we'll bring this out to kind of match his orbit. And then I'll bring it from there. Alright. So if you want to know how to do orbital rendezvous, you know, there's videos on tutorials how to do it, where I'm just basically winging it. is I know sort of how to do it, but not necessarily. I know how to do it, but not how to do it efficiently, I guess, is where we're at with that. I guess it doesn't really matter exactly where I do this. I'm just going to push my orbit out to be 776-ish. Okay, so now what we can do, I think, is when I get to my apoapsis, let's say, and bring our orbit out here, so when I'm here, I think with this, no, when he's here, when I'm here, so we probably want to run in. So I'm currently where? I'm currently behind him, but I'm faster than him. I'm going to come up here, and he'll only have gotten this far, I think is how that works. So then we're going to want to have a slower orbit so that he'll catch us, I think is how we want to do that. I think that's how that works. All right, we don't have anything that's using power. Yes, we do. No, we have a small generation and a small drain. All right, we have about 54 minutes with if we're in darkness and no other means of generating power. So we should be okay. Let's see, what are we at? 17 minutes. So hopefully I can get the rendezvous in this episode, and then do the EVA and the repair in the next episode. Hopefully I can pull that off. Let's see. Let's bring up our alarm clock and add an alarm for the node. All right. This is just handy. Now, is that our guy that we just passed here? No, our guy's way back there. Okay. Get right side up here, which is upside down when you're orbital craft. Your top is facing towards the planet. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got a red light here. Oh, because we're behind the sun. Okay. Okay. Whoops. So we're behind the sun, and our solar panels aren't doing anything. But now the generator or the alternator on our rocket engine is. Alright, so we are staged here. Let's stage him. Alright. And continue on our merry way. Alright. I think that's good enough. Okay, so now we can actually use this to do it says here that if we just keep orbiting like this, after 4 orbits we'll be 147 kilometers apart. Why don't we just do that? Well, let's see how much an orbit is. I can't fart around too much because I got a limited amount of life support, but it's an hour and a half is the orbit for here, so we should be okay. In fact, we don't need to Where's our guy here? Behind us. I can probably build a maneuver node here that would do something with a, that would connect up with him, right? Not necessarily with that one, but with dealing with the eccentricity, or the whatever this is. Are those getting closer or farther away? Yeah, look at that one. Looks like it's matching up here. Okay, hey. Providing the illusion that I know what I'm doing. Let's see. Now, if I do slow down, does that make it better or worse? Worse. 18 kilometers is not too shabby. We can do 18 kilometers. In 2 minutes. So let's see, we can get rid of those. And we'll just burn here at about 30 seconds. Alright, we're back. Oh, we just got our engine off his way. Okay, so by moving to a very eccentric orbit. I don't know if, well, not eccentric. Well, maybe it is eccentric. I don't know. Well, it's still, it's just off-centered. This is maybe stupid. I guess we'll find out. Because he's going to continue going along here, and our path is going to be going away from that. But we're supposed to do maneuvering once we get up there, and that's going to... Let's see, it's bringing that in. All right. So 12 kilometers, not too shabby. Okay, now we can bring up our alarm here and do a closest distance. That's the closest we're gonna get. And this will happen in 1 hour, so we'll add that alarm to be 1 hour and 10 seconds. And when we get there, we're going to switch over to the other mode. See how this these things have the little ghost displays of where your retrograde and prograde marker are, so you know which way to go to find them. That's from the this enhanced Navball. All right, now let's accelerate. Oh, what happened? What slowed it down? Something slowed it down. Maybe this. Something happened. Did something happen? Our intersect point now says 122. Something happened. Something happened. I don't know what. Can we do this? What if we was to do that? Separation 10 kilometers. Okay, so let's, in 1 minute. Alright, we can kill that, because we don't need that anymore. It's no longer pertinent. Okay. I wonder what happened that changed my orbit there. Changed my orbit, either my orbit or this guy's orbit, in such a way as to knock those off. Something happened. Maybe somebody ran into something. We do have some orbiting space junk. Bing. All right, let's see what our 7 kilometers. Wow. We want this guy. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. Is it this one? Yep, that's the guy that we're trying to link up with. Okay, now we don't have a great deal of time here. So, what we need to do, where's this guy at? Is that him? Yep, okay, so what we've got to do, oh, that isn't bad already. We're already heading at him. We want to line up our, right, we're already moving faster than he is, so what we've got to do is line up our direction towards him and kill this relative velocity. That's what this is, relative velocity. So we push, close the alarm. Oh boy, I don't think we're actually going to pull this off, are we? We're going real, well, maybe we will. So we're going to push our retrograde marker towards the target retrograde. Like that. You push your retrograde marker to move it, and you pull your prograde. All right, kill the power. Now it's directly, so now we are aimed, our velocity, or we are aimed directly in line with the target now, our prograde and retrograde is. So our retrograde, let's see, am I doing this right? Yeah. So now we're going to kill our velocity towards the target. Plenty of gas. All right. I did bring some RCS too, although I've never used that in my tests. So, oh, and we're even going to have this happen on the bright side of the planet. That's much better than last time, or than my testing. That's a very nice texture on Kerbal there. All right, we're a little off, but that doesn't really matter at this distance. But I'm gonna use this to sweep it into the target. Okay, so let's see what that's done to our orbit. See, now our orbits are the same, or very nearly. So now our relative velocity is 0.7 meters per second. The relative speeds, this is the rate at which we are closing with the target. So now that everything is aligned properly, when we burn towards the target now, this is how fast we are closing the target. Now we don't want to get too fast with this because you can overshoot real easy. So I'm going to go at 10, which is still pretty dang high. And rather than getting impatient and going faster, we're going to just use the time acceleration. Now we're closing at 10 meters a second. But not exactly, we're kind of drifting off a bit, but okay. Turn that time warp off. Now we want to kill that velocity. We want to keep control of our, let's see, we got to sweep it towards the node. So while I'm realigning, I'm also killing this velocity so that I keep control of the situation and don't go zipping past him. I'm gonna, all right, that was a little more than I intended, but all right. So you have to have a very maneuverable craft to do it this way. And if you had a big old beast that takes, 30 seconds to turn around, this wouldn't work. I want to bring this up to 5 meters a second. Is where I'm comfortable. Alright, so we're at 5 meters a second, coming directly towards him, and I'm going to prepare to slow down. Oh, it's just nice that it's in the sunshine this time. Alright. And we're going to use time acceleration rather than additional speed to make this happen quicker. Okay. Let's sweep him back over. I don't know how exact you have to be with this, but it seems to me that caution is the way to go. Okay, now we'll be a little on this side of that. Bring us back up to... Oh, that's good enough. Alright, now we'll use time acceleration to get in closer. Oh, something happened. Physics load or something. Okay, so now we're gonna lead our... Oh, we're too close to be going this fast. So we sweep our retrograde in. And the farther away from it you are, the quicker you'll move it. There we go. So now that looks just nice. We're at 2 kilometers. We'll speed this up just a smidge. Time acceleration. Alright. Now we don't want to go zipping past him. Basically, the closer you are, the slower you want to be going. There we go. 2.7, that is just fine with me. You see, those numbers are coming down pretty doggone fast. And we need to be able to... In fact, let's kill this and make sure we have control of the situation. Okay, 0.1 meters per second. Okay. So we are 800 meters away with essentially no velocity coming into him. Alright, 0.4 meters per second. And then we'll use time acceleration for our impatience rather than faster speed. Okay, let's get him back. So it looks like the time acceleration kind of messes with the physics a bit, as you would expect. Alright, get us pointed back again. Alright, now we're going a bit to the nothing speed. Now I have plenty of monopropellant, but I don't have any, I have very little experience using the RCS system. It uses a different set of keys even. Alright, we're going 1 meter per second, so that means it's going to take us about 2 minutes to get there. And the moon in the background there. Okay, I'm going to line him back up a little better. All right. Urch. Bring up to 1 meter per second. Okay. Oh, we're still on a... Get rid of that. Line him up. Okay, what did we go into the... Oh, perfect timing to go into... Where'd he go? To go behind Kerbal. So all of this is going to have to be done in the dark. Which means it's not going to be a very good show, I'm afraid. But I'm actually accomplishing this fairly competently, if I do say so myself. And we don't want to run into him, obviously. That would be a poor thing to do. Whoops, you don't just sit there and aim, you have to do this. Alright, so our velocity is mainly killed. Now I think we could just come in using RCS, but I'm not entirely, I didn't practice with RCS, so I'm not, you know what I'm going to do though? I'm going to knock the, whoops, wrong end. No, it's at the right end. Yeah, I'm going to knock the thrust limiter down. Oh, I already had it down the whole time. That's why this thing's been kind of sluggish. All right. But that's okay. Where'd he go? There he is. All right. Okay. Now we need to kill our velocity by sweeping this in, right? Okay. Now at this point, we're not caring so much about, we want this thing dead stopped. Well, that's pretty doggone close, isn't it? Let's turn on the RCS, and what is it? It's a different set of keys. I'll just leave it alone. How about? Okay, so well, that's a long. We're long on our Are we a little high here? Let's find out. There, we've killed our. So we're 30 meters away, and we are not moving in relation to the target. So let's turn on our hazard lights because we are a construction vehicle here. That's why I added these after my previous. Oh, I think I want to turn off that RCS because it could maybe change stuff that I don't want changed. All right, let's see. There we go. There we go. Let's aim towards this. Right? And how are we positioned here? I think we're coming at it pretty good. Okay, so this episode, I think we need to stop right here because we're long and we're not going to complete this in that amount of time. But we have done our orbital rendezvous, and next is the spacewalk and the repair. So that's what we're going to do next episode. Thanks for watching.